The ages of candidates in an election are 23, 48, 49, 55, 57, 63, and 72. And we want to see if there are any outliers. Outliers are going to be numbers that are vastly bigger than most of the data or vastly smaller than most of the data. In order to find the outliers, we first have to find the quartiles and the interquartile range. So I'm going to go ahead and write these numbers. They're actually already in order for us, which is very nice. 57, 63, and 72. In order to find the quartiles, we first have to identify the median. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. So the median is going to be the fourth number, which is 55 right here. So that is our median. And now we're going to locate our quartiles. The first quartile is going to be the middle of the first half of the numbers before the median. And so I've got right here 48, that's quartile 1. And then quartile 3 is going to be the middle of the numbers that go after the median. And that's going to be 63, so that's quartile 3. And then we're going to locate the inner quartile range. And we find the interquartile range by subtracting quartile 3 minus quartile 1. And 63 minus 48 is going to be 15. Now we're going to identify if there are outliers in the data. So we have quartile 1, quartile 3, and the interquartile range. So the thing that we're going to do next is we're going to multiply the interquartile range by 1.5. So 1.5, why 1.5? I'm not quite sure. Statistically, that is the number that they have chosen, so that's what we're going to go with. So we're going to multiply 15 times 1.5. 15 times 1.5, 5 times 5 is 25, carry a 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus a 2 is 7. Placeholder 0, 5 times 1, or 5 times 1 and 1 times 1. We're going to add these together. I have 225. I had one number after the decimal, so I'm going to have one number after the decimal here as well. So the next step that I'm going to do now is I'm going to check, and I'm going to add this number to quartile 3, and then I'm going to subtract it from quartile 1. So quartile 3 is 63, and we're going to add 22.5, and that's going to get me 0.5, 5, and 8. So any number that is bigger than this is going to be an outlier. My biggest number is 72, so I do not have a high outlier. Now we're going to look at our lower end, and I'm going to subtract this same number from my quartile 1. So I have 48 minus 22.5. I'll add a decimal and a 0 there. Subtract. That's going to need to borrow. And I have 25.5. Any number less than this number is going to be considered an outlier. And I do have one number that is less than 25.5, and that is 23. So 23 is an outlier. That is one piece of data that is very far away from all of the other pieces of data.